dignity in work. So, welcome to Teachcrest International. Yeah, this is Ruth Kerubo mwenyewe. Yeah, so I want to continue doing some lives on the day-to-day activities of a teacher, especially now around the interviews, and now we have gone to the work. So you have been offered the job, you have negotiated, you have been oriented, and boom, work has started. These are few you in the teaching world, in the teaching sector. One, be grateful. The fact that you have been considered, favor has been with you and you have got that job, take it so graciously. I'm not asking you now to do what? To be guilt tripped, by those things whereby people be like, if you don't want that job, you can go, such kind of vibes. No, I'm just saying, be grateful for what you have on your table and do your best. Another thing, pray. Pray so much. The devil is always around to destroy, to kill, and devour. So at all times, always pray for yourself, pray for your bosses, pray for everyone. You see, someone like Nehemiah, the way he was even able to approach the king, and he was granted permission to go and rebuild the temple. You see people like Daniel. Yeah, they were really facing a lot of challenges, but because of prayer, they were able to survive. Okay, so learn to pray. Pray. No, sometimes we have people even around us who don't wish us well. And the most interesting part is kikulacho kinguoni mwako. What is biting you is actually within your cloth. It's so near. It's that bosom friend, that bosom whatever. So you need to pray for discernment. A lot happens in the workplace, especially for teaching, especially if you're on duty. Guy, when you see that you have had a successful week, you give thanks, because a lot is bound to happen. A child can fall sick, a child can die. Anything is bound. You could be on duty and you're supervising perhaps the serving of food. Someone has burned themselves. What are you supposed to do? A school has been burnt. Maybe there was grapevine going around that, there is some goons who want to ban the school, and you took it lightly and you never got to communicate it, and now it starts haunting you. You see, that's why you need to pray. Pray so much. Another thing, keep manifesting, keep affirming to yourself that you're the best, and confident. You're saying hello. Yes, hello from Kenya. Where are you from? I'm glad that you joined my live. Okay, also we have around 4 more people. Karibuni. Yeah, so another thing that you need to do, be diligent. Do that work like your life depends on it. How are you, miss? I'm good. Yeah, so do your work. Yeah, be diligent. Don't expect someone to be following you up. In any case, most of you write that you're able to work under minimal supervision. Then why do you expect someone to be chasing after you? No, meet your deadlines. Do work as within your level best. If you're not able, ask for help. Always ask for help from your peers, from your seniors, so that there's that diligence and professionalism. Another thing, related to that now, diligence. Avoid wasting your employer's time. It's working hours and you're on your phone. Really, you're supposed to be teaching. You are in the office or in whichever department, and you're doing gossip. Really, you're not being fair. Yet you'll want to be paid. So no how to keep time, yeah. So especially for these people, you find it, they'll be chatting. Let me tell you, the people you're chatting with, hmm? The people you're chatting with, actually the moment you lose that job so that you can go and continue chatting with them, because apparently it seems that's what you wanted, will stop chatting you. They'll stop even those calls, because now you even won't be able to finance that calling. You won't be able to finance the SMS, the bundles, and you will be even out of league with them. So know your limits, unless maybe you have an emergency, a sick child, there you need to communicate. But again, make your employer aware of what you're going through, so that you're not caught on the wrong side of the world. But now you're going on TikTok, you're live during the lesson time. Really, that's very uncouth. It's very unprofessional. Yeah. Another thing that I wrote is that be responsible. You have been entrusted with a lot, lives by those parents. You have been entrusted with theirs. You're basically the custodian of those children. So you need to do your level best to take care of them. Can you please give us 360? What is that? Okay, so 360, like I stand. Yeah, so that is it. I'm in a dress and using a mobile, but hopefully we'll get a camera and it will be giving a full view as time goes by. So yeah, let's just do the passport size. So be responsible. Let's say you're a computer teacher. You have been entrusted with the computer room. Make sure you are stock taking all the items that are there, the mouse, the desktops, everything, the switches are working, and give feedback when there's a concern. You're perhaps a teacher of physical education. You need to know where the balls are, where the nets are. If there is any deflation, make arrangement with the administration so that they're in good condition. You don't have to wait till the last minute and you're like, we don't even have a first aid kit. Really? So yeah, be responsible and stay on top of the game. Maybe you're a music teacher. You have been entrusted with the piano room, basically the resource room. Take care of those items, yeah? And also have a book or whatever where you get to write who checked out maybe a certain item did they return. So yeah, so you need to be good as far as organization is concerned and retrieval of information. Number 4, preserve your sanity. I know people underrate peace, they underrate serenity, they underrate, the calmness. But I can tell you, in education, in teaching, being a service industry, it really needs your sanity at all times. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So ensure your mental faculties are always up there, You're not having any, dust gathering within your head. Yeah, so maintain sanity. And this is me saying, for you to have sanity, it means you really have to work even on stress management. This is also me saying that while you're there, don't lose yourself. Also, this is me saying that sometimes it's true, you could have been desperate for so long, you wanted a job or whatever, and now you have it, but you feel more miserable. And you feel more miserable especially when the pay has come in, because you still have a lot of expenses. People have a lot of expectations from you. The money is going, and you're now even more broke than when you began. So please try to keep sane. And this is also me saying, find a hobby to keep you busy. Yeah, find a life. As much as we'll be spending around 80% of our time within the school setup, find a hobby. It could be maybe like for me it's gardening. You just plant things, even if it's flowers, tend to them. Yeah, you can find a music instrument, you learn about how to play it. You can go for hiking. Yeah, just find something. Maybe it's games. Pick even a game, a sport that you can engage in, even within the school setup, so that you don't lose your mind. Sometimes it's okay to ask for permission to go and just deal with your own personal stuff, you know. Yeah. Again, concerning that mental sanity, at all times you should be asking whether the investment that you're putting in is worth the returns. No, some of you go overboard. You develop ulcers, you develop high blood pressure, the hypertension, you develop funny lifestyle diseases that are not even covered by the medical cover that your employer is giving you. So you need to really know what you are dealing with, yeah, what is on the table. Because if you have to strain and you cannot be compensated fully for that, and especially for psychological torture, you can't really quantify it so that you can even take legal action. So it's good that when you are doing that job, try to be as sane as possible. Hey, akili yako, your mental health is so important, very important. And besides that, your learners, your students are consuming your energy. If you're feeling down and you're going to that class, obviously you'll transmit that. You'll be projecting, I want your books. You didn't do this. But when you're mentally sane, you're able to do things in a professional manner. Hey, why didn't you do my work? I would love to see ABCD. Even the tone will just be seen. It will be a conversational tone than a dictatorial tone. So your mental sanity should be one of your top priorities as much as you want to grow your profession. Another thing is that you need to be professional at all times. Yeah, demonstrate professional values at all times, like timekeeping, communication, efficiency, all those things. Be professional as possible. Stop doing things in a kenyeji manner, in a local manner. Yeah. So be professional. And this is also tied to this situation whereby you find you are having relationships, let's say with your students. It needs to be as professional as possible. Avoid being over attached to them, that you're even sharing details perhaps about even how much you're earning, your woos. No, be professional. Yeah, just a formal kind of relationship. Let it be a professional relationship, that you are not even starting to have this romantic situationships which now lead to carnal knowledge. And you know how CK is so bad. Not only to your reputation, but also to that student. Because even if they are older than you, yeah, it's your duty as the educator to protect them. It's also your duty to protect your job. So you know even what the TSC Code of Regulation states. And CK is among them, So if you're taken to court, you want to win in such a case. So avoid even compromising situations that will lead you into trouble. You are inviting them to your places. Please, no. Guard your job. Guard your energy with all your heart. With all your mind, with all your soul, with everything that comes in. Remember the pain that you had even to get that. If we imagine just being put maybe in jail for 25 years from the recent case that I saw, yet you have been in school around 18 years. All that goes to drain. Be professional. Don't drink and come to school. Even how you're presenting yourself. Please try to be presentable, Yeah, be professional. Yes, another thing is don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Like I started by saying that you need to affirm that you're the best. So you're deserving of good things. If you feel maybe that is not your match, your potential is no longer utilized, it's okay to seek other pastures. It's okay to seek growth. Sometimes there could be a situation you're feeling like you're torn between, should I continue this thing? But you find actually the solution lies within you. Maybe it's just a change of location. So maybe that institution you're working with has other branches. You can ask to work elsewhere. You can ask even to work remotely. So it's really up to you to always stay on top of the game when it comes to advocating for what is right for you. Yeah. Also related to that is that you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. Invest in stress management. Invest on your professional growth. Be attending those seminars like we have been saying. So don't work and forget yourself. This is also me saying that invest on your self-care. Why should you be working so hard yet you don't take care of yourself? Take care of yourself. Sleep hygiene, all these things, yeah, they count, they matter. It might seem that it doesn't, but it does matter. So invest in yourself. Sometimes it could look like even going for these trainings, let's say on first aid, to just acquaint yourself with knowledge on how you can deal with day-to-day situations. Yeah, so learn to invest on yourself, on how to navigate around office politics. We shall be talking more about office politics, but the bottom rule is that do not engage. Do not engage. Yeah, because sometimes when you're engaging in this office politics, you don't know who is who. Actually, they could be snitching you, and that's very detrimental to you. So know how to navigate around office politics, and that means investing in yourself, as small as buying books, self-help groups, books, self-development books, even about how to lead, such kind of things. Watching videos, like right now you are literally investing on yourself by watching this video, because you're finding value on how you can navigate around the workplace in the teaching profession. So yeah, invest in yourself. Another thing is learn to communicate. If you're late, communicate. If you're sick, communicate. No one is an angel to know what you're going through. If you're struggling with something, learn to communicate. Say, for example, I've lost so and so. I need a support. I want maybe to go home and just do my own stuff and come back while I'm sane. So learn to communicate properly. Another thing is be updated. Don't go and bury your head like an ostrich in the sand. Be updated of what is going around. And this means you have to be sometimes silent. You have to learn the art of being silent. Because when you are silent, you get to have more time to observe, to be keen enough, to be creative. And when you tap into that, you're even able to know when something is amiss, because your instincts will always be right, So it's good that, you get to listen to your heart at that point and follow your mind. Yeah, so ensure you get updated. And this will help you to know even the trends. You'll know about a position that is becoming redundant, and you'll know the action to take. It's so unfortunate that some of you get even fired while you're still there. In fact, you find that there was no communication done. All you're saying is that some of your workload is being reduced. And you're thinking, wow, what a relief. Only to find someone else is being given, it's just a gradual reduction of your workload until you are rendered redundant. But if you are so keen, it starts raising your antenna. You're like, how come, So you need to be so keen on what is happening. You also need to be updated on what are happening even in your work. So that is their promotion. How can you bag that opportunity if you qualify for it? So yeah, be kept abreast about trends in your area and how you can come in handy, and always document all those things that you're doing. You're planting trees, document them. You'll never know when they come handy, even if it's just means giving a story to your grandchildren at your old age. You'll be having memories, you'll be having proof of that thing. Another thing is that get to network. Work as you network. Because there's this cliche that your network is your net worth. So we will be able to know where you are based on your network. And a good example that I saw is someone like during Akothe's wedding. There was a lot of social capital because of the network of people she had made, she had interacted with. And they make a difference somewhere. Yeah. Even in those rooms of opportunity. If you have been networking with the right person, probably they will mention your name in those rooms of opportunities, in those boardrooms, and you'll bag those things just like that. It will be so smooth. But if you just kept, you're saying, my results will speak for myself. You don't even have foot soldiers. I don't know. But that is it, network. And this looks like, going for funkies, the functions, attending seminars, going to your fellowship centers, interact with people. Usiwe na maringo, yule madam, yule mwalimu wa maringo. No, just, as much as you have boundaries, also just be easygoing, you don't have a problem with that. Yeah, engage in those community activities like slashing, cleaning the market. Yeah. Another thing is that you need to know that you are replaceable at your workplace and you're irreplaceable at your family. So this is me talking about priorities. You know what your priorities are. I know right now people have been so over-possessed with money. Even family is no longer family, You find that you could not be having a say, even if you are the elder, if you don't have money. But the truth is, despite everything, even after you retire, you will always come back to your family. So as much as you're improving the school mean score, your class mean score, also improve your home mean score. Yeah, don't be so over-possessed, with the work. You get consumed. You don't even have time for your family. You don't call them. You don't attend maybe their conferences. You're just there. You just buried. You don't even make use of those leaves that are there. Yeah, so it's good that you prioritize your family, your friends, as well as yourself. You are God. Prioritize all these things, and life will be a bit bearable. Because if now you have been segregating, let's say your family, you have been pushing them away, it will come a time you need their support. Maybe you're mentally broke at that time, who do you expect to come through for you, yet you never came through for them? And there is this scenario I recently saw in this month of March 2024. No, someone was doing so well at their work. You are a step brother or step sister, their sibling, literally. And when you had the opportunity to even bring them closer to you, you push them away. You know they're within your vicinity, but you never made an initiative, even a single day, to reach out to them. Even just buying them a sweet, to just even encouraging them, just even knowing about how they are faring on, you never did. Then along the way, you lose that job, as life happens, or you lose that business, whatever. Then you're expecting those very people that you never appreciated to come through for you. How sensible is that? It's not. It's not going to work. They'll also treat you the same way you treated them. Yeah? So, educators, tutors also learn to value what is valuable. Yeah? You can't expect to be treating people like shit. Then when it's your time, you expect to be treated like gold. It doesn't. It doesn't add up. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So value your priorities. Yeah. Another thing is get out of your comfort zone. There's this quote that your comfort zone is your deathbed. Yeah, your comfort zone is your deathbed. So if you are getting so comfortable in that environment, probably you will even die there, because you have made your brain to be conditioned that that is only what you're deserving. Some people don't want to break out of the matrix. They're like, oh, I'm even in a permanent and pensionable position. So even if they receive peanuts, okay, we have different ways of perceiving things. There are those people who be like, I would rather be in a contract but with maybe a lump sum amount of compensation so that I can achieve what I want within a short period. There are those ones who will be like, I would rather get little, but for a prolonged time. Yeah. And so for them, sometimes you'll be tempted to take loans to finance. Maybe you want to build a house, what, you're starting a business. Sometimes they don't work. And you have no option. You're just there. You're rendered hopeless and self-induced helplessness. Yeah. Yeah. So don't get so comfortable. Yeah. Especially with these small titles, which don't even have the moolah anyway. Yeah. So get out of your comfort zone, and this means that you have to be brainstorming, you have to do your research, you even have to listen to what your colleagues are saying. No, there was this situation, we had a lady teacher, and for a long time, she had worked within that organization for so long, even with the change of guards, even with the lowering of the remuneration, because we're like, out here people will be telling you, nikugumu, it's raining everywhere, and you decide to stay on that comfort zone. But one day the stars aligned, and she was told, Ish, Ebu, apply for this. And you know what? After applying, she even became a happier person. She got that position. It was now better. You're even near the city and such kind of things. So you need not to be on your comfort zone for so long. Try to challenge yourself, because in any case, your future employers will also be looking at your agility. How agile are you? Are you a person who is committed to change, or just rigid? You're just there, you're satisfied. So it's really up to you to up your game. Another thing, kwanza hii ndio muhimu kabisa. If you want to take anything home, just take this one. Money. Kukopeshana pesa. Stop it. This idea that, oh, I have a problem, someone just comes and tells you and sobs, and you just give out money, you're dishing out, and you don't even have an agreement. Then when it's time to repay, they're taking forever, and you have to push them, and you end up using more money, just asking back for your money. You become a slave because of your money. Please stop. Let them go and just ask for money elsewhere. We have banks, we have micro credits. Why can't they take there? Alternatively, they need to also learn about financial management. If you can't afford it, why should you take a loan from someone to finance that whatever? Let people have just delayed gratification. And the people will become entitled with people's money. They have your money, but they're behaving so arrogantly. Please stop, 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 stop. And another thing, especially for those who are now TSC employees, be keen who you decide to be your you decide to guarantee. There are very many people out here who are so opportunistic. So opportunistic. You will go and guarantee them. The next minute, this person has changed their pay point. And guess who will now be paying their loan, yet they are even within your organization and it's paining you? You. Na wenye uko na hizo tabia, mkome kabisa. It's so bad, it's so irritating. And the worst thing such kind of fellows do, they have asked you to guarantee them. You have guaranteed them. They have went ahead to change their pay points. You are now the one being responsible for the loan that they took. Number 3, they decide to now tarnish your reputation. You know what? They'll be saying you are even not delivering. And they'll be given an opportunity to replace you, and now you'll be asked to be their assistant. Yet you have been taking this role as a senior, and now you are asked to be their assistant, that they will learn on the job. It's so bad. If you have those tendencies, please stop. It's so bad. This person has been so kind to you. They've even been your financial, backup. They have helped you to secure that loan. You have done whatever you did with it, and you still do that bullshit on them. It's not right. It's not okay. It's not okay, walimu. We need to, I don't know. So, first, know that you're not a charity. Let boundaries be there. Actually, there are people, when you do good to them, they tend to misuse you, and they abuse that. Like those ones. Just so bad. Money. Or if you have to give money, give what you're willing to lose. And there are situations whereby you are forced to give money so that you can lose that friendship as well. Yeah, so it's really up to you, but when it comes to money, that's a very sensitive topic. Very sensitive, and you need to know how to navigate it around your colleagues and at your workplace. Another one is about, shall I say this? Yeah. Do other things. There's one of our principals who used to tell us, don't just be teaching. Don't be just a mere teacher, Do other things alongside that teaching. Have a business, have a consultancy firm. What will you be doing even over the holidays? What do you do after your, is it 8 to 5? Yeah, those are the official working hours. What will you be doing? Is it that you just go and sleep? You just do some washing and you just watch, and the day is done. Tomorrow you repeat the schedule. Have something that you're doing, especially if you're on contract. Yeah, it could be parenting, You could be having maybe your chicken. You could be hawking, whatever. And this is where the imposter syndrome comes in. If you're struggling, you'll find some people will be like, nionekane ninachuuza sijui kahawa na mandazi, how will my students? Let me tell you, there's so much dignity in labor. So much dignity in labor. Yeah, pesa yako ni mzuri, ni tamu, and no one will ask you ulitoa wapi pesa. Instead, everyone will be like, I have a problem. Money is going, it's going, but no one ever sits to ask you where you got the money. So whatever you do, have other sources of income to supplement that, because your salary, kama unataka kwanza kuteseka, the easiest way to be broke sometimes is actually to survive on a salary. Especially our teachers, they're not that well remunerated. So have things going on in your life, things that get you busy, things that challenge you. Some people have become mentally lazy. You just want to be, maybe, at least for the ones in languages, there's even, you're forced to read new set books. There are people who will be even recycling the notes they did 10 years ago. They do that. They don't want to refresh. You're mentally lazy. And it reflects bad on you. Now, are you even an asset or a liability? Yeah. Okay. So that is it. Finally. Not even spiritual awareness. Try your best to be aware of your surrounding. There are people who work even actually in toxic places, but they don't know they are toxic. The same way you'll find in an organization that there's a high turnover, there's that one person, come rain, come sunshine, who will be stuck there. Yeah, maybe they have learned the art of perseverance, maybe they have learned the art of resilience, or they're just there, they're comfortable, maybe, I don't know. Yet there are also people who are aware of the looming danger within them, and they're just feeling helpless. What can I do about my situation? They are not willing to go out of their comfort zones. They're comfortable. And there's someone who is not even aware of what they are dealing with. So I just wanted to give pointers of places that are toxic. One, if you just feel tired every time you think about your workplace, unaenda kufikiria tu, guy, logging in is a problem. That's a sign of toxicity. And it could be perhaps you're overburdened. It could be maybe you're underpaid. It could be that you are verbally abused. There's also another sign of a toxic place is when the alarm rings and you just feel like throwing it into water because you're exhausted or you're just frustrated. I don't know. That's a sign of toxicity. Another sign of toxicity, if there's a lot of backbiting and gossiping, And the truth is, those who tell you about others will also tell others about you. Yes. So in this case, especially your private affairs, let them be private. Otherwise, you just find them everywhere. And because you gave them a passport to you. Yeah. So, no. You know your people. Your colleagues are not your friends. Another thing to know is that it is toxic is if there's constant arguments, constant complaints. People are complaining. There's a problem there. There's a problem. And you need you guys to sit down and know what you can do about it. Yeah. Bad boys, hello, you have a question? Yeah, ask the question. Yeah. Is there anything that I've left? I think those were the main things that I felt I should address. So when it comes to work, do your level best. Be smart, be hardworking, yeah, be industrious, be updated. And there's this book I love, Rules of Work by Richard Templer. Every worker should make a point of reading it, Yeah, it will open your intellectual horizons to know how things are going in the corporate world. Another thing is basically face your fears. Yeah, face your fears and work and take credit where you have done the work. Yeah. And if you want to take credit in most cases, I think you people have followed Trophy Prono. She was talking about 3 dangerous people in the workplace. There are those people who take credit when it's not them who did the work. So what you do to such individuals, learn to document. Maybe you organized a what? An event, you organized maybe a trip. Make sure your stamp is somewhere. Maybe you're in the guidance and counseling team and you drafted the timetable of things that should be done there. Attach your signature, attach your stamp. You are the TOD somewhere, attach your stamp after you've written in that record book of what happened through the entire week. Take credit for the work that you're doing. Write emails. Yeah. And about sanity, I'll tell you for a fact, it's your personal duty to guard your energy. Don't be distracted by others. Don't allow depression to kick in. Don't. Yeah. Also, don't allow people to step on you. Don't allow them, to just come and dump on you. You're not a dumping site. Kwani wewe ni dandora? No, you're not. So don't allow to be a dumping site. So whereby someone has their own frustrations, maybe from home, and they're just bringing them on your table. No. No. Establish boundaries. Yeah. And that means that they need to take responsibility. If they're frustrated, let them see a professional to help them, maybe a therapist, a counselor. Instead of just projecting this energy and it goes on and the cycle continues, which is not healthy. It's not serving anyone. Yeah. So that is where we are at, and I believe you found value. So please do give a thumbs up to the video. If you don't like it, you can also give it a thumbs down. Yeah, thank you for the 1,112 subscribers. Yeah, the community is growing and I don't take it for granted. So I'm happy that we are reaching a larger audience and people are being impacted. Yeah. So also do comment there so that I can know what you want to hear, where you will want some help. Yeah, so get in touch. Don't hesitate. So until then, bye people.